Gregg Manning joins us, assistant coach, filling in for Jimmy Patsos this morning. We talk Siena basketball every Wednesday morning here on Big Board Sports. Coach Manning, Roger Weiland, Zach By, good morning.
Roger, I went to the wrong studio where I used to go hang out with you, and I didn't realize you moved. I haven't been there, and now I'm on the road calling in, brother. I'm sorry I missed you.
That is way too funny. So Coach Manning, in my prior gig, would fill in occasionally for Coach Patsos, and he's headed.
I got the wrong building, Roger. Unbelievable.
That's all right,
Jimmy
Coach
was dying laughing. He loved it.
Where's the coach at this morning? What's he doing?
The coach is, he was out on the road recruiting the last couple of days, so I think he was just getting back. So we had a couple of days off, like you said. We played St. Peter's and then had a few days off. It was a big win for us. So a couple of the guys hit the road recruiting, so I'm filling in for him today.
Well, it's great to have you, Gregg. As always, man, you do a phenomenal job. I've been around Jimmy a long time. Can one game like that? I mean, we know it's been a struggle so far on the win-loss record, but are you banking on one game like that against St. Peter's that can kind of jumpstart this season a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think we played a lot better against St. Peter's. We looked more like the team of last year. And we're hoping that can propel us to a few more wins. It's nice to get home for a few games. We had St. Peter's home, and obviously we play again Thursday at home. It's obviously we've struggled on the road so far, but we're hoping that win can propel us, like I said, to a few more in a row here. The MAC's still wide open. Everybody knows, everybody's within one or two games of each other. So if you get hot this time of year, you can make some moves really quickly. So we're hoping that win against St. Peter's gets us going in the right direction, and we'll find out Thursday night.
What's the mood swing of the team like right now, Coach?
It's great. We had a really good couple practices the last few days. The guys are fine. Obviously, like you said, the win-loss column isn't where we want to be right now. But we're right there in the hunt of things for the MAC. So the guys are all upbeat. Like I said, we had two good practices. We're going to practice again down at the Times Union Center today because the floor is down, which is really nice. And we'll be ready to go tomorrow night.
Gregg, I don't think people understand just how thin the margin for error is in these league games where, it always comes down to 3 possessions or less. And you look at some of your scores, you've won some of those close games, but you've lost a lot of those close games. What's the recipe for just trying to figure out how to close games out?
Yeah, it's tough. It's a really good league. We beat St. Peter's, but, 2 days before they beat Monmouth, who's supposed to win our league, and everybody has marked as the favorite. So every game is going to come down to the stretch. I think you just got to execute down the stretch. At Niagara, we had a couple layups to win the game and didn't make them. Unfortunately, it's nobody's fault. They just didn't go down. So any given night, you got a chance to win, and it's going to come down to those last couple possessions. So you got to be mentally focused. We've been prepared. We just haven't made as many shots as we'd like to. But we're getting there, and we're working on it. So I think in the upcoming weeks, you're going to see a different team than you have the last couple months.
How has Jimmy handled everything? And it sounds like he's really tried to stay positive with this team and not look at the negative. Which I've always said I've been in the Siena corner here for a while because it's so darn early for everybody to say that this ship is sinking. It's way too early for that, and I know how
Absolutely.
Quickly things can change. But it sounds like you've kept a real positive mentality going on throughout everything so far this season. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think you have to. We have an experienced group. Obviously, we have 4 seniors that have been here with us for 4 years. And Jimmy's been great. He's just sticking with the process, keeping everybody upbeat. Practice every day. A lot of people come to practice. You can ask people that come. It's a good environment. We're all still, we're not reluctant to say we're going to lose the MAC or anything. We think we're going to win the MAC. It's in our home arena at the end of March. So nobody's got their head down or anything like that. We're in good shape right here in the standings and a couple home games, and you got to steal a few on the road. But, Jimmy's been upbeat and positive with the guys, and the guys are all fine. So it's a long season, like you said. I don't think anybody should give up on us. Obviously, we have a lot of talent. I don't think anybody in the Capital Region will dispute that. So we got the talent that's there to win it. And we just got to take it one day at a time.
Gregg, what's the scouting report on Quinnipiac tomorrow night? 8:00, by the way. It's part of a men's and women's doubleheader. And congrats to the women. A big win at Iona yesterday morning. They knocked off the defending MAC champs. So congratulations to the women's program at Siena as a nice win for them. What's the scouting report, Coach Manning, on Quinnipiac?
Quinnipiac, every year they're one of the best rebounding teams, not only in the MAC but in the country. I think right now they're 44th in the country in rebounding. Besides us, I think they're the second biggest team in the league. So it's going to be a battle in the paint. Whoever usually wins the war on the rebounds usually comes away with the win when we play Quinnipiac. So our big guys got to be ready to play tomorrow, Javion and Brett, and I know they will be. And I think it's just going to be a war in the paint. Whoever can win that points in the paint and the rebounding war, I think will come away with the win.
Hey, off the Siena beat, have you seen any of Kevin Herter at that next level playing at Maryland?
I have. I heard you guys talking about him earlier. I actually watched the game last night. He's an unbelievable player. He's playing great. Obviously, I've been a Terps fan all my life, growing up around the program, and my father playing there, so I follow them very closely. And just his ability to score and play the one is unbelievable. At his size, he can really dish it and distribute and get other guys shots. But then when he needs to make shots, he does. He hit a big one that you were talking about on the left wing last night when he came through that little stagger screen, and he doesn't need much space to score it. And he's impressive. He's had a great season so far. I think he's only going to get better. And his brother's working hard for us. You know, Thomas is playing really well for us in practice. The minutes aren't there in the games because we have so many seniors and so many guys that have been here and veteran guys. So, but don't count out what he's done in practice. Thomas has been great for us. He's got a chance to play down the road for us. But both of them just really good basketball players, and it's fun to watch Kevin right now at Maryland.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And that was going to be our follow-up question: is Tommy in your program? Do you see his minutes going up as you get into the heart of the MAC schedule?
Yeah, he keeps working hard. You know, he's a legit 6'6". He plays really hard in practice. And like I said, it's just tough right now with guys like Marquise and Nico and Kadeem, these guys that are a little bit older that have been here for a while. Just the minutes are hard to come by right now, and as the season gets later in the year, the rotation shrinks a little bit. But he's really working hard. We lose a lot of guys next year, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see him have a bigger role next year. But we're really high on him. We like what he's doing so far. He comes from a great family, obviously a great basketball background. His dad played here, and he's doing a really good job for us.
Well, then that makes it even more impressive. You talk about, Tommy with guys in front of him, and then you look at this Maryland team and you watch them last night. I mean, Coach Manning, the 3 freshmen in the starting lineup. That's incredible.
It is. When me and Coach Patsos went down to the Cal Ripken preseason luncheon, and Turgeon was there, and he was really high on Kevin. He said, obviously, Kevin played with him in the USA team under 18 or 19, whatever it was. And he told us before the season even started that he thought Kevin had a chance to start and play a lot of minutes for him. And it is impressive. They have the kid from St. John's, Cowan, that starts, and the other kid from Canada that starts. So they're a really young team. They're fun to watch. Obviously, Melo's a great player, All-American type player. But I'm just happy for him. It's good to see guys from this area have success all around the country. When Kevin's back home, he comes and plays pickup with our guys. So you're just happy for those guys, and hopefully they can keep winning. That was a big win for him last night.
Coach Manning, always a pleasure. You're invited on this show anytime. We'll get you to the right studio for sure the next time you have a fill-in opportunity for Coach Patsos. But keep up the great work. Good luck to you guys on Thursday night against Quinnipiac. Knock down another win.
Thanks, Roger. Thanks for having me.